So it looks like Square Enix might maybe be learning from some mistakes. Now, at least from what I remember, Square, along with Capcom, were some of the biggest Japanese video game developers to jump headfirst into the old Western value system that gave us such great hits like Forspoken, a game that failed so hard that everybody laughed at it. It was a joke. It was a great example of just how bad Western influence games can get. And the game was a catastrophic failure. So bad, in fact, that I think they sold off all of their Western assets like Tomb Raider. They owned Tomb Raider for a minute, sold it. Like, we're getting out of this. Now, they're having a good week right now because it's pretty obvious that they're very, very confident in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So confident, in fact, that they put a demo out early and lets you play and explore the world that is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I haven't played it yet. I don't want to play it yet. I'm going to wait for the game to come out. I think this one might be pretty damn good. I'm excited about it. For once, I'm excited about something coming from Square. I didn't like the first remake very much. I don't like a lot of the changes that they made, but this one seems promising, to say the least. So I hope it's good. There's a lot riding on this game for them. They need this to do good, but they're very confident in it. If they weren't, they wouldn't have put that demo out. That's the difference between a game like this and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where they hold review codes until the last minute because they don't want people putting reviews out early. They're like, basically, check this game out. We know you're going to like it. Comes out next week, I think. I'm anxious to play it. I hope it's good. I would love for it to be good because I love these characters. This is the original Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite games of all time. So I hope this is good. We shall see. They're making some changes, though, in the way they do things. Square Enix is making some big changes. Square Enix, during its most recent financial briefing, revealed that it plans to make some significant changes to its development pipeline. Now, we're going to go over this, but there's some interesting shit that they've done recently that lines up with this, and I'm going to tell you what I think about this, because I think that they're going to try to go back to being, I don't know how to say it other than a based Japanese developer again. I think there's some hope for it. Because a little while ago, 25 days ago, at least just going by this thread, Square Enix deleted their ethics department hiring webpage in which censorship is mentioned. Now, I did a video on this a long time ago. And in that censorship page, on the censorship page, there was a lot of talk about censorship and getting things ready for a global audience and all of that bullshit. It was basically the ethics department page, and they were hiring. And the ethics department worked hand in hand from the beginning of development to make sure that these games were ready for a worldwide release. And you know what that means. It means bullshit like Forspoken. But that page is deleted. If you click on it, this is what you get. Page not found. So maybe they're going to learn. I'm just kind of making an assumption here from like what I'm seeing here in their recent failures. And boy, oh boy, have they had a lot of them lately. So the basics of this, here are the highlights. The actual statement isn't very long. So I'm just going to go over this. Square Enix plans to overhaul its game development process, focusing on internal development and reducing outsourcing in order to improve the quality of its games. The company will release fewer games moving forward, but with a greater focus on large-scale projects like the highly anticipated Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The decision to decrease overall gaming output is aimed at preserving the quality of Square Enix's brand and best-selling franchises, potentially benefiting customers with higher quality games. And I don't have any argument against that. It's definitely a plus to focus on quality. My question is, are they going to make changes to the way they do things internally as well? I think a lot of questions will be answered with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, the ethics department made some changes to everybody's favorite girl, Tifa, in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Notably, her boobs didn't really bounce that much because they put her in 13 sports bras. So, we shall see. I would like to see less Forspoken and more Final Fantasy, at least. Because at least, in Final Fantasy Remake, say what you want, but all the girls in it were mostly pretty. So it's already right there doing what most Western games won't do. Because they want characters like Forspoken. Look at the meltdown some of the journalists had over Stellar Blade, calling her outdated and all that shit. So we'll see. I would like for Square Enix to get rid of their ethics department and stop with this Western changing bullshit that they've been doing for the past couple of years. And I'm hoping that they'll get back on track. Because there was a time when this was probably my favorite developer. They used to make so many good games. And then it was around the time they merged with Enix that they really did kind of start to go downhill. They would still make a game here or there, but for the most part, they are nowhere near what they used to be as far as quality. I'd like to see them get back on track, so we shall see. I'm really curious to how Rebirth sells. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but there's enough out there where you can make some sales if you can sell the game to everybody, so we shall see. I'd like them to go back to how they used to be, but who knows? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. All of that good stuff. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.